Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Get ready because what we're seeing happening right now in the AFC North is nothing short of a seismic shift. It's early, yeah, but the whispers around the league are growing louder and louder. The Denver Broncos, sitting at 3-4, are making a bold move that could have ripple effects across the entire division, especially for the Baltimore Ravens. And trust me, what they're about to do isn't just about today. It's about shaping the future of this division for years to come. The Broncos, struggling defensively, especially in their secondary, are trading away one of their brightest stars, Patrick Surtain II, to the Ravens. Yes, you heard that right. Surtain, a lockdown corner and one of the best young talents in the league, is heading to Baltimore, and this could be a game-changer for the Ravens' defense and their entire playoff outlook. So what's behind this trade? Well, the Broncos are looking for cap relief, around $11 million, by trading Surtain, who is currently valued at a hefty $55 million, but they're also looking to rebuild, to reset their roster and give themselves some financial flexibility heading into the draft and free agency. They're clearly in a rebuild mode, and part of that involves trading away key pieces like Surtain. The secondary of Denver has been underperforming, allowing an average of 238 yards passing per game. That's a significant number in today's NFL, where passing is king. And with this move, they're not just trading a player, they're signaling that they're willing to make bold changes to try to turn things around. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, this isn't just about adding a talented corner. It's about elevating their entire defense, making it more versatile, more aggressive, and more capable of creating turnovers and disrupting quarterbacks. Now, let's talk about Patrick Surtain II. This guy is only 25 years old but already established as one of the premier cornerbacks in the league. Standing at 6'2" and weighing around 202 pounds, he's a physical presence on the field. His PFF grade of 91.6 in his career speaks volumes about his consistency and talent. Over the past couple of seasons, especially in 2025, he's been incredible: 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, 48 tackles, and a coverage grade of 92. For his EPA per target stands at -0.44, meaning he's effective in limiting big plays, and he's allowed just 5.8 yards per attempt. Not to mention, he's a 2-time Pro Bowl selection, showing he's recognized league-wide for his skills and impact. His ability to man-cover opponents is elite, and it's that skill set that makes him such a perfect fit for the Ravens' secondary, especially considering their current needs. You might remember Surtain's performance in Week 4, where he was sidelined due to a shoulder injury, something that had some fans worried. But he bounced back strong, and in Week 7, he made a significant impact with 2 pass deflections and an interception against the Titans. His versatility and talent are undeniable, and when you combine that with the Ravens' existing secondary, particularly Marlon Humphrey, who is also having a fantastic season, you start to see a formidable duo emerging. Humphrey, with a PFF grade of 86.2, and Surtain together could form one of the most dangerous cornerback tandems in the NFL. This trade isn't just about adding a star player, although Surtain definitely qualifies. It's about what he brings to the team's overall defensive strategy. The Ravens, currently sitting at 4-3, have been solid but could use that extra edge, especially in the back end. Their defense, which was so stout in recent seasons, has allowed around 25 points per game, but with Surtain's addition, projections suggest that number could drop to around 21 points per game. That's a huge difference in today's NFL, where scoring is so high and offensive powerhouses are everywhere. The Ravens' defense, which previously relied heavily on their pass rush and linebacker play, will now have a much more dynamic and versatile secondary that can handle man-to-man coverage, force turnovers, and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. And speaking of quarterbacks, Surtain's presence means the Ravens will be better equipped to handle divisional rivals like the Bengals and Steelers, who have potent passing attacks. Against Burrow, for example, Surtain's coverage skills could be crucial. His ability to stick to receivers and force quarterbacks into tough throws will be a game changer. His stats in 2025: 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, and a coverage grade of 92. 4 are proof of his ability to lock down opponents. Plus, his proven track record in high-pressure situations, like his performance against the Titans with an interception and 2 pass deflections, demonstrates that he's not just a talented player, but also a clutch performer when it counts. Now let's analyze what this means for the Ravens in the bigger picture. With Surtain now in the fold, paired with Marlon Humphrey, the Ravens' secondary becomes an elite unit, capable of creating more turnovers, projected to be about 7 more over the course of the season, and significantly reducing the points allowed per game. Their EPA per play on defense could jump to around plus 0.40, meaning they're not just stopping drives. They're turning them around, creating scoring opportunities, and putting their offense in better positions to succeed. Facing divisional QBs like Burrow, who has a QBR of 85, 4 under pressure becomes even more daunting. Surtain's ability to cover man-to-man, combined with Humphrey's shutdown skills, will give Baltimore a lockdown corner duo that can match up against the best. And the impact on the playoff race? Well, the current odds for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl are around plus 6-0, but with Surtain's arrival, some projections see those odds improve significantly, possibly dropping to around plus 3,200. That's a huge boost and reflects how much this trade could elevate Baltimore's chances of making a deep playoff run. The addition of Surtain is not just a short-term fix. It's a statement of intent, signaling that the Ravens are serious about contending this season and beyond. His presence will create mismatches on the field, especially against offenses that rely heavily on their passing game, like the Bengals, Steelers, and even some AFC contenders. This move also has deep historical echoes. The Ravens have always been known for their stout defense. Think of their Super Bowl victories, where their secondary played pivotal roles. Adding Surtain, with his young, proven talent, is reminiscent of the trades and signings that have cemented the legacy of Baltimore's defense over the years. It's a bold statement, one that reminds fans and opponents alike that the Ravens aren't just content to compete, they want to dominate. This trade bolsters their reputation as a team that can adapt, evolve, and remain one of the most feared defenses in the league. Looking ahead, the Ravens are now in a much better position to make a serious playoff push. The secondary is a critical part of that equation, and with Surtain's skill set, they've upgraded from a good unit to a potentially elite one. The question now is how quickly he can gel with Humphrey and the rest of the secondary. Considering his past performances and his ability to adapt quickly, there's every reason to believe that Surtain will be a key piece in Baltimore's scheme for the rest of the season. His ability to create turnovers, especially against divisional rivals, could be the difference in tight games, and that's exactly what playoff teams need when the stakes are high. And of course, we can't ignore the broader implications for the AFC landscape. The AFC is wide open this year, with powerhouse offenses and talented defenses vying for supremacy. The addition of Surtain to the Ravens' defense adds another layer of complexity for opposing offenses. It's no longer just about beating Baltimore's offense. Now they have to contend with a secondary that can shut down passing games and force turnovers. That kind of defensive strength, combined with Lamar Jackson's dynamic playmaking, sets Baltimore up as a true contender. The team's confidence will soar, knowing they've made a move that can tilt the scales in their favor come playoff time. As we wrap up this analysis, it's clear that this trade isn't just a short-term gamble. It's a statement of intent from the Ravens. They're making a move to solidify their defense, to push their Super Bowl ambitions even higher. Surtain's addition is a game-changer, and it could very well define the trajectory of this franchise for years to come. For the fans, it's exciting to see your team investing in their future, making bold moves and positioning themselves as serious contenders. The AFC North just got even more interesting, and the Ravens are now firmly in the conversation as one of the league's top defenses. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what does this all mean for the future? Well, the Ravens are building a defense that could rival some of the best in franchise history. The combination of Humphrey and Surtain, both elite in coverage, gives Baltimore a formidable duo that can lock down any receiver on the field. Their ability to generate turnovers, especially in critical moments, can swing games in the Ravens' favor. Plus, with Lamar Jackson leading the offense, capable of turning any play into a scoring opportunity, the team's overall threat level skyrockets. Looking at the AFC as a whole, it's clear that Baltimore has made a bold statement. They're not just looking to make the playoffs, they're aiming for a deep run, possibly even another Super Bowl. The addition of Surtain, with his proven track record, elite coverage skills, and ability to make big plays, puts them a step ahead of many contenders. And with the division rivals still trying to find their footing, Baltimore's new defensive star could be the missing piece that pushes them over the top. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this blockbuster trade? Do you believe Surtain will be the difference maker in the second half of the season? How do you see him fitting into the team's defensive schemes? And what impact do you think he'll have on their playoff chances? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the future of the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news. So stay tuned, keep supporting the team, and let's keep the Ravens' spirit alive. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Ravens.